Bad things can happen to people when they least expect it. You see, the streets late at night can bring out creeps that usually never show themselves during the day. What some people don't know is that they are sometimes evil in disguise. So it's always good to avoid people at night. But this guy was naive and didn't know any better. He was an avid drug user, sold a lot of his crap to buy drugs since he didn't have a job. He lived in a shitty apartment that barely had anything in it, and whenever he didn't have any drugs, he would stay up at night feeling like he has the entire world's weight on his shoulders. But this night, he was feeling really anxious since he hasn't had a fix in about a week now, and he's having a withdrawal. Feeling uncomfortable crept up in his apartment, he decides to go out for a smoke. He gets out there and has a couple, but he isn't feeling any better. He realizes he finished the cigarettes, and his anxiety gets worse. But then he sees someone coming by smoking. "Hey you got an extra cigarette by a chance?" He calls out to the passerby. "Yeah man," he says with a smile as he pulls out the pack. And the spare is already being held out of the box. Even though it was only one, it felt God-sent. The stranger started to notice the way this guy went for it, and it seemed like some kind of fiend. And he noticed the cigarette butts all over the ground and asks if he was chain smoking. "Yeah, you noticed, huh?" he says to the stranger. "I haven't had a fix for a few days now, and I think I'm losing it." "Oh, so you're one of those people." He then pulls out a crudely made needle. "Here, take this. I'm guessing you don't have any money right now, so think of this as a free sample. I come by here every day at the same time, so next time if you want more, I'll sell it to you. Some grade A stuff, so I know you will love it. And I always have my customers satisfied." The guy doesn't think twice and takes it from the stranger, even though it looks like it's something obviously crazy. But the shitty makeshift needle didn't faze him. He heads straight back to his apartment to try out his new flavor, and hoping the high would be as vibrant as its color. He slowly pushes the needle into his arm, something he's already used to, but it doesn't take long for it to hit him. It hits him like a bat to the face. Everything around him changed. All he saw was colors and the walls morphing into different things. Everything looked like it was melting, like it was in another dimension. This was nothing compared to whatever he has taken before. He felt different. He felt like dying. But most of all, he felt terrified. He wanted it all to stop already, but there was no one around to help him. Everything was shaking and his breathing became uncontrollable. As soon as he started to feel like this was going to go on forever, it all stops. Everything started to look normal again. He was slowly coming back to his senses. But what unsettled him the most of all was that it was 1 in the afternoon. The sun was up. How long was I fucking tripping? He thought to himself. Once he finally accepted what happened to him, he became addicted. He started abusing this new drug. He kept buying more and more and selling almost everything he had just to buy from this new dealer that he still didn't even know the name of. He started to take doses while already high to see if the effects would overlap. He would end up skipping entire days with just 3 doses. But what he didn't know was what this drug was doing to him. It was draining him. It was killing him. But that wasn't all. This time he felt something was wrong. He didn't feel scared. He didn't feel like dying. He felt normal. But everything around him was still warped. What could be happening? He started to think. He starts to panic. This high is different. This high is nothing like any of the others. I feel normal, but everything around me isn't. What's going on? "You are mine now," a familiar voice said. "You were too ignorant to know how to be careful around people at night. Now I have another soul. You addicts are always the easiest targets." The dealer laughed at him in his reflection. "Now it's time to collect you since you are already dead." "Oh, already dead?" The addict drops to the floor with barely any life left in him. The dealer's feet appears beside him. He is paralyzed. He can't escape. It's too late. The dealer looks down into his face and smiles. "You should be careful," he says. "Sometimes evil can disguise itself." Let's go.